Hi all, it's Rach from Spiritual and Angelic Guidance. I'm here to do a reading for Libra. Now this will be for the 8th to the 14th of November 2021. If you've seen my readings before, welcome back. Thanks for the support. If you haven't, welcome to my channel. I hope it resonates. If it does, please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Don't forget, it's a general reading. It's not going to suit every single person out there, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Also, time can be fluid. Energy can be vice versa, so keep that in mind. Okay, Libra. What's going on with Libra? They're already wanting to jump out. One more for Libra. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, I want to stop there. Oh, Libra, every time I read for you guys, like I get half the deck from the bottom of the deck that I need to read. All right. So, you don't want to move on. Like, I feel like looking at the table, it kind of all leads into each other really, because it's like you don't want to move on from somebody, you don't want to leave the past behind, you know, at the same time, like they're all saying they're saying you don't want to move on. There's more, I think, too. I just got to find them. But anyway, you're not wanting to move on. And, you know, at the same time, you know, you want to partner with people that share your dreams. You're kind of you're continuing to move forward. You know, I feel like you don't want to end it because you want to take the next steps with someone. You're future planning, you're assessing your life, you're figuring out what it is you want, making sure you want somebody that's also got the same dreams in mind. I feel like somebody's got a lot of inner conflict. Like there's things that they feel, but they don't want to express it because they know it's going to cause a conflict. So they don't want to do that. They're trying to avoid conflict. And I feel like it's in your love life. Like, I feel like you have been working on communication. I feel for a lot of you, I feel like, you know, that could have got better. I feel like you've got faith again. You know, you feel like this is your person, and you know, you both have the same values, that kind of thing. You're attracted, and you know, so I feel like you know, whatever you've gone through, I feel like you have, you know, you have faith. You know the future is going to be bright. You know, there were some positive changes that you both did, or one of you did, that brought an end to challenging times. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You feel like there's faith and hope again. And I feel like somebody's focusing on their financial independence, which is good. Yeah, the communication had to change because I feel like somebody was being very cruel with their communication. They were also, I feel like somebody's being very sly and deceitful. Now, whether that was in the past or whether that's now, I feel like there was somebody who had options. They came into this being like Prince Charming, but instead they were a fraud, they were a liar, they were, lazy. There were things that had to change. And there was work that needed to happen, like with the tower. Somebody was trying to avert a disaster happening. They were trying to avert a breakup. They were trying to avoid this person leaving. And I feel like, somebody felt like it was time to move on. But at the same time, they didn't want to move on. There needed to be some sort of compromise. There needed to be self-control. There needed to be balance. There needed to be patience. There needed to be some sort of equal give and take. And there needed to be, things that they were doing wrong or you were doing wrong needed to stop, needed to change, needed, that sort of stuff. Now, there could have been some sort of third party, or it could have been gossip, or someone just needed some alone time. But yeah, I feel like there was either a lack of passion or somebody was very ruthless. They were a narcissist. They were impulsive. I feel like also I'm saying I don't feel like the criticism and the communication was healthy. I don't feel like that at all. But there was definitely some sort of break. There was time to think, meditate, rest, recuperate, needing, because somebody felt mentally exhausted. They feel like they needed a rest from this situation. Now, at the same time, I feel like, somebody wasn't learning from this. And they were very obsessed with, he did this to me, she did this to me. I just feel like I'm hearing in my head, I felt like you needed to take time to kind of reassess how you've both felt about each other, but also you needed to do the work, like on yourselves. You needed to do that work individually. And I reckon this came up with the last reading, actually. You needed to do the work individually to come together. But in the end, I feel like, there was some communication going on. There was a lot of stress. There was, communication. I feel like the communication still continued. Somebody was communicating throughout the wanting alone time. But, I feel like there was hope again. There was self-forgiveness. I feel like somebody wanted to move on. I feel like there was disappointment that it didn't turn out the way you'd hoped. And I feel like there was way too much negative crap. And somebody couldn't move past what this other person did. But I also feel like you didn't want to walk away. You didn't want to end it. And as I said, I just feel like there was messages back and forth. There was yeah. This person could be younger than you, but I feel like there was some sort of messages back and forth. All right. Now, on the table, I mean, you've got the Death card. So I feel like there had to be an ending. Okay, what I'm hearing in my head is there had to be endings, some sort of ending to have a new beginning, but there needed to be an ending so that you could release whatever it was that you needed to release, you know, and you needed to release situations or people that hold you back. There was things that you needed to release. And I feel like this ending made you feel very, and probably having to release whatever you needed to release, made you feel very down. I don't feel like through this period you felt real happy. But you will be successful in whatever you needed to do, as long as you're determined and you take action to do that. And I feel like for some of you, it had to do with things you needed to change, was finances, or maybe you needed to get a job. Oh my God, I'm feeling really drained. Really drained. Like, I feel like you will have success and your fulfillment of wishes. You've got to manifest it, but there's also communication that's going to happen. There's some clarity. There's the truth. You feel like you realized how you felt about this person. But I feel like, yeah, you needed to release whatever wasn't working for you because it wasn't helping you. It wasn't making you have a positive movement forward. You were instead not. So maybe you had no ambition. Maybe you were just too focused on whatever it is you needed to release. Maybe you just weren't moving forward in your life. And I feel like you can triumph in that, but you needed to release whatever it is. You needed to make a change. Things weren't going to get better for you going the way they were going. Yeah, the Chariot. Look, you got Chariot and the Chariot. Like, you can be successful. You just got to take action. And I feel like, you know, it's definitely made someone hesitant. And as I said, disappointed. They were disappointed with how this all played out. They were... yeah, they needed to withdraw. So focus on your self-worth. Focus on you. I feel like before you could have had a lack of finances as well. So maybe you need to, you know, focus on that. Maybe you needed to actually work on your finances. Trust your intuition as well, because I feel like you had a lot of secrets, or someone needed to trust their intuition, because I feel like there was a lot of secrets. But after a Tower moment, everything can work out completely fine after a Tower moment. So something happened, whether it was this person walking away, or whether it was you walking away, or whatever this was that happened, something happened, and it kind of shook your world and made you need to, or realize you needed to release something and progress. You need to change your life to make it better. And as I said, the reason I said about money also was, I don't feel like you handle your money very well. You know, somebody wants long-term security, and you know, they're being stubborn, they're resisting the change, they feel like they're at a standstill. but there's also money, and I mean, money can mean money, time, emotions, but I feel like for a lot of you, it's also, I think it's money. Like, I feel like with the pentacles over here and there's just like other pentacle cards, I feel like you don't manage your money very well. And maybe you need to get a job. Maybe you needed to, you know, I just realized I said you needed to, you're disappointed and you're hesitant to open your heart. Someone's very hesitant. But at the same time, I realized, I read that, and maybe you need to know that because I've said that a few times now. But the card that actually came out was the Four of Pentacles, not the Four of Cups. Now, I think you need to know that message for a start. But also, with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, it was more that there was obstacles and somebody was overspending. Somebody, as I said, is just not good with their money. So let me find out more now that I've just realized that. Okay, so I feel like, yeah, far out. I was just saying that. Some, like, as I said, someone's disappointed. They're bored. They're just not happy in this situation at all. And things needed to change for this to work. Like, it wasn't going to work the way that it's going. So I was just talking about that card. I love how that works. Anyway, as I said, like, you both felt like you had the same expectations. I feel like you thought that, you're both attracted to each other. I feel like you've got the Lovers card again. So I feel like you felt like this person was your love of your life. And I feel like it was some sort of spiritual lesson that you needed to walk away. Like, I feel like that had to happen. Like, as I said, for something to change, there needed to be this walk away. Somebody needed to leave this situation. Because things weren't going to change the way they were. Yeah, somebody needed to become more like the Queen of Swords. They needed to become independent. They needed to become self-sufficient. They needed to become, what's the word I'm trying to think of? I mean, self-sufficient even in money. They needed to become more honest. They needed to have clear boundaries. There needed to be direct communication without all the bullshit. That needed to happen for that reason. And because, at the same time, you're also future planning, to have some sort of future, there needed to be like this breakup. There needed to be this time away. Because things needed to change. There needed to be honesty. There needed to be trust. There needed to be healthy communication. There needed to be all of these things. But, there needed to be this breakup. So that then things could be better. But only after a tower moment, like I said. They could have, as I said, I just feel like there was lack of finances and there was no plan to change that. And it was causing somebody anxiety. It was causing someone worry. It was causing, depression, nightmares. And I feel like the depression got worse because, and because of the depression, you had to walk away because of the anxiety, because of the worry, because of everything this caused. With the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, like there was just no plan. You couldn't progress because of lack of money. Money pays for everything in this world. So, without it, it's really hard. And for some people, they can't get through that, But I feel like you didn't want to break the cycles, but at the same time, you were having a lot of bad luck because you were resisting the change. You didn't want to change that because you were in such a down place, possibly. There had to be a new beginning because, as I said, you weren't in a good place the way it was going. As I said, you're resisting the change, but you were depressed. You were feeling unfulfilled. You were discontent, dissatisfied. There had to be a new beginning. Things had to change so you could get out of this bad luck. And, I feel like look after yourself. Then there was, unpaid debts. There was, it was kind of like a one-sided relationship because somebody couldn't focus on make the relationship a priority when they had all this other stuff going on. So there needed to be some decision made to kind of leave the past behind and make it a happy home. They had to change things. Sorry. And, maybe it was about someone's ego, but it could have also been because somebody was very selfish. It could have been because somebody was hesitant to have a new, to change things. Especially as an adult, it's hard changing things that, we've done for a long time, and people find that hard sometimes, but unfortunately it needs to happen when you meet someone new. As I said, Four of Swords, oh my God, exhausted, burnt out, like someone felt like they were stuck, and it's draining. It's so draining when you're depressed and you're feeling like you're stuck. It's so draining. Things need to change. And I said I felt exhausted. Five of Wands, conflict, like disagreements, there was competition for some of you, maybe differing opinions. There was tension. As I said, if you're unfulfilled in your own life, you're depressed, it had to change. It couldn't keep going with the same way it was, because it was depressing. It was arguments, conflicts, lack of trust, all of these things. It couldn't have continued the way it was. And I feel like there was conflict, there was confusion, there was, as I said, someone had limiting beliefs about themselves too, which it can affect everything. It can affect your self-esteem. It can affect everything. And, it was a spiritual lesson. There were things you had to go through so that you could learn and become a better person. But at the same time, you needed to make that decision, and somebody had the choice because they felt like it was a burden. Somebody felt like they were doing it all, and this other person, it wasn't an equal give and take. It wasn't, it just seemed like too hard basket, too hard. But I feel like you're releasing the pain. You've forgiven. There's, more optimistic now. I feel like things are better. Tell me why things are better. Why are you becoming more optimistic? What's changed? Somebody got a job. They're changing their financial, whatever you want to call that. They're changing, they're getting a job. They're, recovering from financial loss. And it can mean loss in general, like, relationship loss, but it can also be, as I said, I feel like it is financial for a lot of you. And I feel like you're recovering from that. Yeah, it's even about you are going to have victory and success, as I said. And it's all about your partnerships and alliances in your life. Like, reaping rewards for your efforts. You are going to get that, because you are going to get something. And I've said before, I feel like the universe stepped in and helped you with this. I've said that to you before. Yeah, you definitely needed some self-love, and it caused a lot of disharmony and in this relationship situation because of your own headspace, your own whatever you were going through, having lack of money. There needed, as I said, this whole thing needed to happen for the better of you both. Yeah, like, you're not wanting to release your ex. You're not wanting to, like, it's not time to clear your energy from this person. I want one more card. One more card for Libra. No, not 20. You do deserve love, even if you don't feel like you do. I feel like you do have some sort of chemistry. This could be your soulmate. It doesn't mean they're your person, but it means that this person, is in your life for a reason. And you're not ready to release them. I don't feel like, because you're not wanting to release them in reverse. It's not time. And you may not release this person. Like, now you're working on yourselves. You may, work through your differences and sort yourselves out individually so you can come together as a better couple. Things needed to change though. Like, yeah. And yeah, there was fear. But it's caused with self-love and you getting past your I mean, there's going to be fear that this is going to, you're going to break up again, or there's always going to be some sort of fear in this relationship. But I feel like that will change and it will bring inner peace. But self-love is definitely important. You just needed some wisdom and to trust. And there needs to be patience. As I said, somebody was going through like a dark period in their life. But they've got faith again. Deeper. Someone I feel like is an overthinker. And it causes them, someone's an overthinker, and I feel like it causes them to not be happy like they want to be, because they do overthink. And I feel like the loyal heart came out like this, and it's because they overthink that you're not going to be loyal. But it came out on a side like this. So I feel like, yeah, you might be loyal to this person, but I feel like there's this concern that you won't be. Whether it's because you possibly, aren't, or you kind of are looking elsewhere, or whether it's because this person is an overthinker and they just think that, but the reality is you are loyal. It's just their concern. It's just their thought. People see your light, though. I feel like you're not seeing the signs and symbols or signs and synchronicities that your loved ones in heaven are giving you. They're trying to show you they're with you, but I feel like it can either be grandma, dad, for some of you. I don't feel like it's a mum for some of you. I feel like you could have looked after this person as well. Like you could have been a caregiver for this person. And if you weren't one of those people that actually cared for them at the end, it's like Spirit knows that you are a very caring person and you'd like to provide help to others. But for a lot of you, I feel like it's about caregiving. Like you looked after this person up until they died. Like for a lot of, and that might be just an individual message, but somebody is watching and with you. Sometimes you need to take time to reflect and pause though, just for yourself, you know, as well. And you do need to have trust. All right, that's what I have for you, Libra. I hope that resonates. If it does, please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you with the next read. Thanks for watching. Bye.